Hello. This time around, I'm not going to speak about the ukulele or about languages, but I'm going to speak about the theory about conspiracy theories. This theory is everything is far-fetched or against the what we commonly see as a reality. Whatever theory is far-fetched, being like this, is conspiracy theory. Well, I'll tell you something. One of the authorities, the policy and the judges, the base of this authority is conspiracy theory. They look into every suspicious death, and they look into every detail, however far-fetched they are, to find out the reality. So the whole judicial system is based on conspiracy theory. It means if there is a reason for anyone to kill anybody of the circumstances of the death, or something that disappeared, an object, money, if there is a shred of possibility that this is a malevolent deed, they start an inquiry. They detect. That's why I call it detective. Well, when it comes to many other things, people believe that there are no conspiracies. Well, I'll give you the example of McCartney. I saw the face. How one person in 1 year can change the face, the bones here, it looks like a very similar person, but not quite the same person. Well, they say it's very unlikely, whatever, but the point is, it's not that it's unlikely to happen, because we have millions of people, this person was famous, and there is also a chance there was a lookalike who could play music. The problem is how we looked into the real problem. Why does this person look different? Have you ever seen a Columbus episode on TV? Well, if just one thing doesn't add up, that's a reason, that's evidence. So you have to prove me why this person looks different. Let's say it's a different angle. A different angle can change the face of a person. If you look at a picture of me and of a person, another person from different angles, you always see that one person, I am who I am, and the other person, he is who he is. So they're trying to show that from 1 year to another year, there are casually haphazard all different pictures from different angles that make look him different. Who is into conspiracy theories? We who believe that he's another person, or the other person who try to find evidence to show that it's to convince themselves that a very disturbing reality, it isn't like that. They don't want to believe too disturbing. Sorry if I get tied up in knots. They don't want to believe in disturbing realities. So A lot of conspiracy theories, a theory doesn't mean wrong. Theoro in Old Greek means to look, to watch. You understand? So when we speak about relativity theory, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. If you say conspiracy theory, when I use the word theory, it doesn't mean it's something a project of a reality that we have to validate. No, that means that all hints and leads lead to that conclusion. There is another conspiracy theory take that every time there's a disturbing reality, something we don't want to look into it, like September 11th, Hebdo attack, whatever, and we know that if you were the police, open police, we're speaking, why do not the police look into it? Because when it comes to minor crimes, they are free most of the times. But when it comes to government things, and they are subject to the government, directly or indirectly, with the Secret Service and pressions, they with pressure, okay, that's not the right word. Anyway, they haven't the chance to find out the reality. But we know that sometimes they do so the big crimes and deceptions and very far-fetched things that they will benefit from the idea of that. Oh, that's conspiracy theory. People can't believe that some politicians did that to their own country. They can't believe that the first time they didn't land on the moon. They can't believe the Hebdo attack was a false flag operation. They can't believe that ISIS was founded by American and Israeli secret services. That's so conspiracy theory. They can't believe that when one of the Beatles died, given the amount of money, attention to the Beatles, and if they had the chance to find somebody who was almost the same, not the same, almost, the thing was such a big thing that people couldn't even believe that's not the truth. Most of the people still think we live in a normal world. But I'll tell you something. I don't believe everything. I see a lot of things about alien races, whatever, origin of the man. But I don't close my mind and think, oh God, that cannot happen. Everything can happen. Everything. That's what philosophy taught us. We can even live in a fake reality. We can be in a computer simulation, whatever. Just follow the leads. I don't follow what is not disturbing. Because if it's conspiracy, it's disturbing. It's in the human nature to do. Very few people are really unselfish. So if you want to do something wrong, you have to hide your you have to do that secretly, covertly, and to do that, you must think about that, how to do that, and that's called conspiracy. So most of the things that people do, from things they do on the workplace with the colleagues, or whatever they do, multi brands, corporation, when they want to sell us things, when they will add things to food, whatever they do is conspiracy. Conspiracy means they want to get something, and they don't use open means. They use some surreptitious way to get this. So they want us to smoke. They add some addictive substances to cigarettes, and they found out it was the truth. Isn't that a conspiracy? It is. They want to get hands on Ukraine, so they promote unrest, and they want to surround Russia and all these new former Soviet Union countries or Warsaw Pact get into NATO. That's not conspiracy, it is. Oh, because they did that covertly. So they don't say, oh, we want to surround Russia, we want Russia to become a minor country, we don't want Russia to defy the United States, we want to get our hands on everything. So they use coup d'etat, whatever they can, to get their to get what they want. That's conspiracy. If we're not into conspiracy theories. Sometimes they are not true. But we don't have to stop just to think, oh, that's conspiracy theory, that's conspiracy theory. Have to dismiss out of hand everything. One of the person who came up with this conspiracy theory and the commonplace, the body are still warm. That's so moronic. You have to look into the evidence when it's fresh, it's hot. I don't care about bodies. I care about living people taking the brunt of new laws that are enforced because of false flag operation. Well, that started on my Facebook page, and the author of this warm bodies theory is a ukulele pundit, very much, that when it comes to ukulele, well, except for some fishing line, really conspiracy theory. He thinks that most of is fishing line. I don't understand. The Darius fishing line, Aquilus fishing line. Who are you speaking about? Who tell us? Otherwise, it's you into conspiracy theory. I'm sorry if I speak about the ukulele when I speak about very serious things, but even in minor things, you can see this no conspiracy theory or So I think that's good that many people are into conspiracy theories. I don't, oh God, I've eaten. I don't believe everything just for the hell of it. But I know there's a lot of evil in this world, and I think that most of the times, if there is a chance there is a conspiracy because somebody's going to benefit from that, it's very likely that there is a conspiracy theory. Sometimes it's not, it's very complicated. So some people want to lead you somewhere else, but it's very complicated to get into the reality. But why should we stop looking into it? Because no, Paul McCartney cannot be another person. Why not? Why not? If all the leads show that, well, I should look into it, even for really far-fetched. Okay? We know a lot of dictators have look-alike, and they got away with that. We know that. Saddam Hussein had. They say Putin has. I don't say Putin is a dictator, but okay, I'm for Russia in many things, but I wouldn't. It's a person who's been there for a long time that people want to kill. Okay, it's not a dictator. It's a strong man in a way, but it's not a dictator. At least he defends the interests of his home country. It's something that Italian Democrats don't do. Because it's a long talk about this conspiracy theory. Every time we get into a discussion and we come up with evidence, like, okay, the dentist said that he's not the same person, McCartney. Ringo Starr said he's not the same person. Oh, Ringo Starr, he published that on a Not Serious magazine. Yes, we know why. Maybe because all the other media are controlled. They wouldn't publish something that's so disturbing. So you had to resort to that. Have you thought that? No, it's conspiracy. Cannot be the same person. Cannot be the same person. Well, we know that Paul McCartney was a good musician. Well, but he was a bass player and not a virtuoso violin, and composer. Well, he was dead. A lot of songs can be composed by John Lennon and put the name McCartney beside. Nobody can check it. Second thing, maybe this other person could play bass. If he was a violin virtuoso with a different style, with a very high-level technique that takes decades to accomplish, I would always have the same doubts if it looked different. But since we have the other even the evidence, I say, well, maybe something happened to him. He had a surgery, plastic surgery. I don't know, but we don't have this. He could play bass. I mean, it was not a bass virtuoso. It was accompanying rock and roll. However, new things they did, but it was more on the side of chords, structure of the songs, and little by little became more complicated and more avant-garde in a way, because the Beatles, from a point at the beginning, they were a lot of traditional rock and roll, and then they moved to something more complicated. But can it be the singing? Yeah, can a person sing exactly like another person? Yes. If you look you watch a lot of talent shows, many times people are rejected because they sing like another person, exactly the same way. And even there was a difference, well, people think it's the same person. This person changed a little the way he could sing. What's the problem? The voice. They argued that the voice was slightly different. It was a lot of elites make us think he's not the same person. There is a strong reason to think that they substituted him. Secret services could silence everybody, but well, somebody spoke anyway. So I'm really fed up with people who don't come up with far-fetched evidence to dismiss something that sounds far-fetched, but the evidence is not far-fetched. Different looking face, not far-fetched. It's really strong evidence. Okay, there are leads and hints in the Beatles records when they cross the zebra crossing, all this. Nobody explained why they were dressed like this. The only explanation was that of the body and the Undertaker, all these things. It makes perfect sense. Some other leads are not, I can admit, are far-fetched. Not all of them are real. But, you know, if you want to show that somebody killed somebody, you find some evidence that you cannot deny. That's other hints. Other leads lead nowhere. But is the one you cannot justify that you need to look into. So if some of these things are not true, and I think are not true, but the other hints and leads are true, that's enough. You can come up with write all the comments until you're blue in the face, but he's not the same person. He looks different. He has a longer face. The jaw is not as square as before. He looks different. And nobody denied that he looks different. But they say it's because of the photos. So I guess until 1966, they took pictures always from the same angle. And from 1967, they started taking pictures from another angle. You know why? To originate, to cause the idea that this is another person, why it's always the same person. Doesn't make sense at all. Doesn't make sense. The same goes, I can delve into September 11th, Hebdo, a lot of strange things that happened. But today, bank on the fact that people would never believe, the common person that is still sheepish, yeah, like sheep, couldn't believe that. They cannot believe there's another level of reality. Are there any extraterrestrial being controlling us? I don't know. It's not easy to believe, but I don't say, oh, it's rubbish. I personally don't, I'm not, it's hard to believe. Doesn't mean it's impossible. Let's say the religion is based on the wildest theories, and people believe it. People believe that Jesus Christ died and came back to life. Resurrections. People believe that he performed miracles, that he walked on water. People believe that Muhammad traveled on a rag. I don't know this theory, but anyway, that God speaks prophets, whoever they are. I don't want to be mean with the Muslim rather than Catholics. But it's not easy to believe, okay? It's not easy to believe all these things. But people believe it. So, you should believe. You want me to believe, and all Christians want other people to believe that Jesus Christ resurrected from the death, that brought back to life dead people. And you don't want to believe that there's a look-alike, Paul McCartney look-alike. I don't understand this. I don't understand. Most of the civilization is based on far-fetched beliefs. First of all, are religions. But people believe it because people want to believe reassuring things. Whatever is disturbing, they don't want to believe it. That's the truth. So the best religion to me is Buddhism, because first of all, it's not a real 100% religion, even from since there are no authorities. For many people in some countries became something very close to a religion. But some more philosophy. But the good thing is that you should look into the reality, whatever it is, however bad it is. If people looked into the reality more, things would be better. I think no conspiracy theories are more dangerous than conspiracy theories. Or let's say conspiracy inquiries. Okay? That means we are looking into it, peruse the reality, in order to be sure that what happened is not what is a crime or misdemeanor or whatever you want to call it, on what level. Well, I was really fed up with this conspiracy theory because I repeat, most of what happens, given the human nature, our selfish nature, and we know we are, because we're destroying nature, we're waging wars, there's no equality, there's in this society there are extremely rich people, poor people, there's a famine, there's countries that are very rich, countries that are exploited. You cannot say that not conspiracy. They conspire to exploit the whole of Africa. Okay? They conspire to bring down government legally elected. There's conspiracy every fucking where. You can set your mind at rest. Conspiracy theories are, for the most part, true. Maybe there is a conspiracy and you think it's another person, but it's not the right person you think. But most of the times, where you can smell smoke, there's fire. Goodbye.